Here with Matthew Oakes, the CEO of Direct Insite Corporation. Matthew, thanks for being with us today.
Thank you very much.
Now, you have an e-commerce, cloud-based company, electronic invoicing. You have clients like Hewlett-Packard, Siemens.
Correct.
You're profitable. You're
Yep.
doing well.
Yep.
Tell us more about your company.
Business is really well positioned, I think, for a lot of growth right now. We've been in the invoicing space for about the last 4 years. We've got a new management team that's been in place for about 16 months, really focused on growing our vendor network. We see a lot of value in having a one-to-one relationship with the vendors of the big companies that we serve. We're really a pure automation play. If you think about a business, imagine a AP department where you have 50 desks and 1,000 pieces of paper on each one. We want to make all that go away. So we have an initial entry point where we say we're a green initiative, which we are. So we want to eliminate paper. We want to automate a lot of processes that are manual. We want to automate the relationship between vendors and companies that historically use a lot of email and phone calls to resolve issues between the two of them. We then want to go ahead and make sure that those vendors now have a web-based visibility tool into where their invoices are and where their payments are. And so it really becomes something that you manage from your desktop instead of over your phone and through email and then with 4 or 5 people being involved.
Why does a company like Hewlett-Packard or Siemens choose your company, your technology?
I think there's a couple key differentiators. One, the automation is proven. We've implemented it in 3 or 4 places and they become your best reference customer. 2, I think the way that we onboard the vendors into our system, there's nothing different. It's a lot of blocking and tackling, but we do it very quickly and very efficiently. So there's a very quick conversion from that traditional paper into electronic methods, and that the interaction then between the company and their vendors becomes one of more positive and constructive instead of contentious and where's this, where's that. And so I think the automation that we provide, the manner by which we do it, our portal is very easy to use, and then the way that we board the vendors into the portal and get them up and running. I think that's a key driver for us.
And how do you grow this company? You're doing about $9 million in revenue.
Correct.
Now. You're earning about $500,000.
Yep.
How do you continue to grow it?
We've invested a lot of money in sales and marketing. So I have a direct sales team now instead of just a channel team. And we have some great channel relationships, and now we're developing relationships on a one-to-one basis and getting some market awareness out there. I think there's 3 key things for growth. Number 1, we have to continue to have the direct contact with new people who are discovering automation. Only 40% of the US-based large companies have an automation play. Everyone's still very manual, fax, paper-based. And so, huge opportunity to grow, to sell in. I think with the existing customers that we have, which are numerous, there's an ability to sell through the additional modules that we've built out to even increase the efficiency of the automation. And all while focused on growing that vendor network and then finding a way to provide goods and services to that network of vendors, right, inside their corporate umbrella. So I think there's 3-pronged strategy. It's pretty effective, and I think we've targeted exactly what we want to do, and now we're in the execution mode to go do that.
What's the essential value proposition for investors today? You're trading at a very low multiple for your industry. Light volume, but again, you're financed. You don't need to raise capital right now. You're in a good place. But what's the essential value proposition?
Well, I think as you see, if I'm an investor, and I am a large investor of the organization, if you see where large companies are going, companies are figuring out how to grow again without adding a ton of labor. So they're looking to implement tools and services, outsource tools and services that they don't have to manage and control, but they can get the benefit of. So if I'm an investor looking at Direct Insight, I say to myself, here's a company that's automating some processes for some of the country's largest companies. They've obviously deployed and are operating. It's a great recurring revenue model. They're lowering the barrier to entry for the ability of new customers to board. Right, and they're doing it in a more quicker and efficient manner. So I think our whole business model is becoming leaner and faster. Our sales cycles are becoming shorter, along with our deployment cycles, and we're all about recurring revenue. So and I think it's also from an investor standpoint, our contracts are anywhere between 3 and 5 years, and so there's a real predictability in the revenue streams that we have. You're not going to wake up tomorrow and we're going to be gone, right?
Right.
I mean, you're serving these big companies for a long time. So, and that's our sweet spot.
You're early in the growth phase. Again, you're trading at lower multiples than your peer group. You're funded, and I like the fact that you're heavy inside ownership.
Yeah.
You've got a real stake in this thing.
We're very focused. I think, when I'm an investor and I look in from the outside, I say, what is it about this company or this management team that I like? And I think we're very execution-based. So we find a market or we find an opportunity and we go execute against it. I think we're very focused on building recurring revenue and really healthy long-term relationships with our customers. And we value them and provide, when another layer of the service comes in or another module, we're right there offering it to them. And everything we do is based upon making their life more automated and easier. And I think that makes it a very easy buy, and once you've made the commitment to go, because it is a commitment to go to this type of service.
Right.
But once you're committed, you're going.
Right.
And I think we're there for a long time for our customers.
It's a great story, and I appreciate you being on the show, and
Thank
we'll
you
have
very
you back
much.
soon, Matthew.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I appreciate your time.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Pleasure.